Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my channel. In today's video, I am making my cornbread salad. My cornbread salad is one of my most requested dishes that I take anywhere, whether it be a family function, a church function, what have you. Most people ask me to bring it back once they've ate it because they really like it. And I've had a lot of people ask me for this actual recipe. And so what you're going to do, you're going to start off by cooking up a pan of cornbread. Now you want good old-fashioned Southern cornbread. You don't want sweet cornbread. And if you need to know how to make Southern cornbread, I've actually got 2 videos and I will post them down in the description box, and I'll try to put an iCard in right here. But if you need to know how to make Southern cornbread, just go to that. But you want a pan of cornbread. You want it to cool down, and then you're going to crumble it up in your bowl. And honestly, cornbread salad came from just some leftover cornbread, and some chef decided to throw this and that and the other in it, and made some good cornbread. Now mine, I think, is different than anybody else's. I think I'm always doing something different. So, but there was my vegetables. You're going to need bell peppers. It doesn't matter what color. You can mix and match colors. It doesn't really matter. And you want a tomato and green onions. Now this is my chopper. I got this off of Amazon, and I do like this. I had one that I had bought at Walmart, and I loved that one, and then it broke on me, so I had to order another one from Amazon. But this thing, gosh, it makes everything the same size. It's a uniform size. It's easy. A couple years ago when I was canning some salad, I was canning some salsa, and it made beautiful salsa. But what I'm doing, I am cutting up my bell peppers. Now, I've bought 2 bell peppers. I bought a green and a red. I only need a half of each. It's roughly about a cup is what I put in my cornbread salad. But I'm cutting up both of these bell peppers. And I'm cutting them up together. And then I'm going to take about half of what you see there, which is roughly about a cup. And then the rest I'm going to put in a freezer bag and just freeze for whenever I need bell peppers. But anyway, you want to take about a cup of bell peppers, throw them in your crumbled up cornbread, and then after that, then I'm going to take a tomato and I'm going to cut it up in my chopper the same way. So it's, like I said, roughly about the same size. I drain a little bit of the water off of the tomato. I know it's still going to have some water, but I try to drain off most of the water. But I add my tomato in. During all this time, you're going to be frying up a pack of bacon. And I, most of the time, cook mine in the microwave, but you do your bacon however you want to do your bacon. Just make sure that it's crispy. Right, now with the cheese, you can either take a block. I've got a block here of mild cheddar cheese. I really wanted sharp, but the mild was on sale, so that's what I got. Or sorry, medium. You want to either shred up your own, which I think it's better, or you can buy a bag of the 2-cup bag of sharp cheddar cheese, and it will be okay too. Most of the time that's actually what I used, but I decided today I wanted to just cut up my own. Plus, like I said, it was on sale. Now, the first time I had ever come across of cornbread salad, my uncle, who has passed away, he worked at this hotel. He was a chef there, and I guess he kind of had taught my aunt how to make it, and I can't remember if she showed Mom and Mom showed me or what, but somehow or another, I don't even make mine the way they make theirs, so I don't know what I've done to make mine so different. But mine is definitely different, but it's good. It's not healthy by no means, so don't eat a ton at a time. Just eat a little bit at a time. But it's so good, so good. Because anytime you've got sour cream and green onions and bacon, I mean, I'm there for it. I don't know about you. So anyway, then you're going to add your cheese to your bowl. Next, you're going to use a whole carton of sour cream. That is a 16-ounce carton. Yes, I know it's a lot. I'll either buy the Daisy. Sometimes I buy the Walmart brand. It really doesn't matter. You just want a whole bunch of sour cream. Next, I'm going to wash up really good, get all the dirt off. Then I'm going to wash up and chop up some green onions. So what I like to do is wash my green onions off. I take a knife and I cut off the tip. I thought I was in the camera better than that, and I apologize. But I take off any of the bad parts, and then I just take a pair of kitchen scissors and I hold it in my hand and I just chop away. And that's the best way. I mean, you can also take your cutting board and a knife, but to me, it's easier just to take a pair of scissors and just cut away. And I just take my bacon. I didn't show how I done it here. I just take my bacon and lay it on a microwave safe plate, and I layer it with paper towels. And I put a layer of bacon down, a layer of paper towels, a layer of bacon, and then I just cook it. I keep a close eye on it. I start off with usually 5 minutes, then another 5 minutes, and then another couple of minutes here and there. Just keep a real close eye, especially when it's getting toward the end, because otherwise it will burn. My bacon is finally done. I've got it out of the microwave. Honestly, a few of the pieces probably could have cooked up a little longer. I just seem to be struggling with it today, but you can either, once you take it off and let it cool and kind of crisp on up, you can either put it on a cutting board and just chop it up with your knife. I usually just take my hands and just kind of break it up over top. But some of that you can kind of tell is still a little soft, but I guess honestly it don't really matter, because by the time it sits overnight, all that bacon's going to kind of soften up. But just try to do the best you can, get it crispy without burning. Okay, now it's time for the mayonnaise. And yes, I'm using my Duke's. And I'm going to tell you, I started off with roughly about a cup. You know how I tell you I'll cook with love and this and that. So I don't really know exactly what I used, but I started off with about a cup of mayonnaise. And once I got to mixing it up and everything, it just seemed like it wasn't wet enough, so I added more. Typically, I know this sounds like a lot and some of you may gasp, but I typically use almost a full jar. It's anywhere from a half to 3/4 of a jar, like a regular size jar, but a jar of mayonnaise. Yeah, it's a lot. I know. I told you earlier it's unhealthy. So just eat a little bit at a time, but it is so good. So anyway, I usually start off mixing it with a spoon, but then heck, I get in there with my hand buddy, just like if I'm making meatloaf, because to me, you just don't get a good mix with just that spoon. You got to get in there with your hands, because that cornbread, it kind of wants to sit at the bottom, and it doesn't want to soak up all the mayonnaise and the sour cream and all of that if you let it sit, get a good mix in there. So I'll take my hand and I'll mix it up and make sure. And also when I'm mixing it with my hand, that kind of helps me feel, is it still a little bit too dry? Do I need to add a little bit of more mayonnaise? And that's what I do. Some of you may think it's gross, but I promise my hands are clean. Before I become disabled, I guess I'm still a nurse. I'm just a disabled nurse, but my hands stay immaculately clean. Any nurse out there is going to understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, and I'm in there and I'm just mixing, that way I can feel it. And I do add some more mayonnaise here in a little bit. I don't remember if it's on camera. Doesn't really matter. But that's pretty much it. Once I get it all mixed together with my hands, I just sort of smooth out the top, and I usually take a paper towel and kind of wipe the rim of my bowl, because it does make a little bit of a mess. And you can add salt and pepper. So anyway, that's it. And like I said, this is my most requested recipe when I go anywhere. A lot of people like this. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. That way you know you can be a part of my family, my old crazy family. And hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm uploading new videos. And that's it. This is right before the 4th of July, so I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.